Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. Just get my desktop all set up here and we will get started. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we have a great group of individuals with huge hearts, great senses of humor, thank goodness. And let me just clean that out there. All right. Um, and if you want to know how the readings work and donations and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. I'm going to be using the enchanted Fjordhaxa. I think that's how you say that. These are the cards, beautiful, beautiful cards that we'll be using today or this evening. And I do have a couple donations, so we're going to get started. And if you haven't checked out yet, sorry, I did say I was going to get started, but uh, we have a Gemini full moon coming in this Monday. I did a pick a card with that, focusing on because that energy of Gemini in the house that it rules over the third house is about siblings and aunts and uncles and cousins. So what do they want us to know? What are the higher selves of those individuals want us to know? And so there's a pick a card for that. Also, happy birthday to all you Sagittarius sun babies. And here is a little pick a card for all of us for Sagittarius season, but there's a special bonus reading at the end for all of you Sagittarius sun babies. It's a 3-month forecast. So that's a little birthday present to you. And we only have about a week left before I have my November drawings. So here is the link to the video that talks about what's in the monthly drawings, the winners from October, and then all that information. So you can check it out. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And we are all set. So Cinderella, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your dual donations. We'll start off with you. I'm going to give your first one a little bit of love here since I can. And you want to know, will you get the job? And do you have everything you need? All right, let's take a look here. So will you get the job? And do you have everything that you need? Let's take a look here. Anything else around the needs? All right. All right. So let's see what we got coming in here. Wow. Okay. Well, I think this is a positive reading here for you for this. You got the Wheel of Fortune, which is, of course, one of the most prominent, successful, cards in the entire deck. And it's the Wheel of the Tuna for you, which is even your human is going to be happy with this. You got the Elder Fire, which is the King of Wands, and the Council of Monarchs, which is the Emperor in the Standard Tarot. Both of these two energies together are about you taking action, you putting like plans around what you're deciding and moving forward with it. So, if this is the job that you truly want and is what you want to unfold, it's you taking ownership. It's the emperor who, listens to all the opinions of everyone else, but then when the decision needs to be made, it tells everyone to clear the throne room, and they're the ones that make the decision for their life. So I like this for you because it tells you here it is fortunate for you, the job that you're searching for, the job that you're applying for, especially the one that makes your heart sing and makes you feel full and is what you want, not what you think you're supposed to want, but what you want is the one that they're encouraging you to go for. If that is different from this job, then you could possibly get this job, and while you're working or transitioning into it, discovering what dream it is that you have, what makes your heart feel full and sing, and decide to move in that direction. Because this is the clarity, all of this Aries fire energy of you deciding what you're wanting to do and where you're wanting to head with that. So it is very positive outcome here with both of those. Let's see. We also asked, do you have everything you need? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, you also have the Queen of Water. She's the master of emotion because all the queens get a second portion of water. So she not only has one part water, she's two-part water. And so your intuition, your gut, your instinct is very high here. And so that is saying that that's all you really need is your heart, again, making your heart sing. Lover's card, also this relationship with yourself and your emotional choice. And you have the 5 of air, the 5 of swords, which is this battle between heart and mind. So with all of these cards coming in here with these other ones, you know, it's it's like your spirit guides are saying, this job looks good on paper and it is something that, you might want to, have, you know, because it makes good money and blah blah blah, good benefits, etc. It is this energy of, is this job that you're applying for and that you're asking about really what you want or what you feel will do will you'll settle for it. It'll do, right? And I feel like there's something more for you that's coming in with these cards. Um, like I feel like you'll get this job, but it is not everything that it may be everything that you need, but not what you want. And you can only exist for so long before you want to live again. You know what I'm saying? Or live for the first time. A lot of times we're so much told how we're supposed to live and how everything is supposed to be. I feel like, that's what's coming in there. Hey, Demi. Hey, Rhonda. Demi, no, you can still ask questions. Absolutely. Yeah, I just started, so I'll be on for a couple hours as long as there's questions. So right now, I just started with um, a couple donations. So we'll be headed into the free readings here shortly. And so hopefully that helps, Cinderella. And then let me give your second donation some love here. And you want to know how are things in your relationship and any advice that Spirit has for you. All right. Okay. So that's how things are. And I wanted the bottom of the deck there for any more advice. And what else regarding this advice? That one. And that one. Anything else? Bueller. There we go. All right. And again, on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 5 of air. Again, this battling between heart and mind, right? Does the relationship look good on paper? Well, let's see what they have here to say first. So, how are things in your relationship? Okay. All right. So I see this here. You know, you've got the first card that came out is the Devil card. This is Saturn energy, the shaking and the rattling of your cage, which is this 5 of swords too. The conflict of mind and thought and belief in mindset. Um, so we've got this energy that's coming in here. Again, here's the Elder of Fire that you had for your career, which is, taking ownership, stepping up and asking for what you're wanting, initiating the fire and the passion that you want inside of the relationship. And also the 4 of air, the 4 of swords, which is peace of mind and cutting away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that don't serve anymore. This devil card with this combination definitely is about determining what it is I want, right? That king of fire, it's like the emperor, right? It's determining, yeah, I've been told this is what I should want, what I'm supposed to want, that type of thing. But is it what I really want? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And and so there's this clarity coming in here. I do see here your draw to them in this relationship because you got the 6 of waters, which is this past life connection. that goes deeper um, than just a regular relationship with no past life connections. You just have this draw that's below the surface that just, you know, uh, excuse me, connects you in a way that you're like, wow, it's just feels like a draw that you can't get away from. Well, not that you would want to get away from it, but it's like the emotions don't wear off because they're stored in your subconscious, where your akashic records are all in there, all this past life emotion and memories. So sorry. So you also have the moon card coming in when I was asking about advice, and the moon is what's below the surface, what's hidden, what's bubbling down way below, and what's down there is that past life connection. This six of water in the moon card really are bringing those together. Let me see what the other three cards are here. Oh, well. So again, you got the Wheel of Fortune coming in here, knowing that whatever unfolds always unfolds for you. And this is even your human side is okay with how things unfold here. There is this heightened passion and this kind of ending and beginning, this renewal that comes in here between the relationship here. I like this kind of transformation that is flowing through here, because with that elder of fire, this is about you taking command, you jumping in. The page of fire is you expressing your passion, what you're wanting. But the fool card here is about letting go of, like, the devil card, right? The devil card is all the cage of the past beliefs of supposed to and should and need to and have to and must, and that's how we smother a relationship, is by having so many expectations, so many things that we all have to live up to, that we're policing, and it becomes work instead of an adventure and a journey. And it feels like there's this release of letting go as you are freeing yourself from all of these expectations of who you're supposed to be in a relationship, who they're supposed to be in a relationship, what a relationship is supposed to be, how we're supposed to meet, where's it supposed to head, blah blah blah. So many, bars on a cage that keeps your heart feeling trapped. And there's this um release that comes in here. And when it's and it's funny that they bring it up this example, but it's true. Having had many exes, um not it's not anything I'm proud of, it's just experience, right? Where after the breakups, is when you have some of the best interactions with your exes, unless it was a horrible fight. But when you part ways, and you're still amicable with each other, uh, then because you have no expectations, you can have some great moments with each other. And that's the kind of reboot that I feel it's like. But I don't feel like you break up. I feel like you break up with your rules, and you kinda just saying, like, "I'm gonna, instead of focusing on who someone's not and who I'm not, I'm focusing on who I am and who they are and what I'm grateful for." And there's this kind of energetic change that happens. Instead of, if you have, like, "Well, they're not doing this," well, that's a rule. That's ugh, right? Lower vibrational energy, it's judgment. When it's gratitude for who someone is, you can tell them sincerely, "You know what I love about you? Da 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 da." What kind of relationship spawns and grows from all that, right? So, I like it. But that's what's coming in here right now for you, Cinderella. So hopefully that helps. And again, thank you for your dual donations, and many blessings to you. All right. All right. And a shout out to Dijona and Johanna. Thank you so much for being YouTube members from my channel. Um, It's donations like Cinderella, and then also YouTube memberships and purchasing any of my other services that allows me to give away and do so many free things. So thank you guys so much. And I love how your names appear in green with your little badges. So, and if anyone else is interested in becoming a member, all that information is listed in the description box too. All right. So let's jump in here, maybe, if all these cards don't go flying everywhere. So, our first free reading, we're jumping up and Rishi, hello, hello. Hey, dude. So, you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Evidently, that card. All right. And these two. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So, you do have the Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups, which is about this, all knights have a quest in searching for self-love, for that chalice, the Holy Grail. And so this is representing this acknowledgement that you are in this search, you are on this journey, and it's not something that just is a fast, it's not like they had a convenience store back in the olden days. All right, run down to the convenience store and grab a chalice. No, they went on a quest that took months. And so this is this journey letting you know that it does take time, that you're on this quest. And part of this, it was with the Ace of Air, is, the Ace of Swords, connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, understanding the, you know, uh, seeing things from that place allows you to cut away your fears, right? And so this is a time of embracing that knowledge, embracing the quest that you have here, because you are transforming with this Five of Swords from emotions and thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, fear of rejection, fear of failure, and it's transforming, and your heart and your head are in this battle, and your head has all those roles, right, of supposed tos and shoulds, but these are being sliced away, and they're just acknowledging that you're on this quest. Allow it to take time. The Knight of Cups is one of the faster, moving, kind of the middle moving, horse on fire, that's the fastest moving horse. Flames, it's running. The mind and the heart are the second fastest, and then, of course, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving. So you're at a medium, movement of this quest for your self-love, and it's okay to embrace the journey, embrace the quest, as I feel like the message is for you. Not trying to rush to get to the end of it, because then there's just another quest. To enjoy the quest that you're on, that you don't have to rush to get to the end of it. So that is what I feel like they have you. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Dijon Sturgis, you're up. What do you need to know about yourself? All right, let's see. What does Spirit feel you need to know about yourself? All right. Did you get something like this already? You got the Justice card, which is the balancing out of thought and belief and mindset, and the Six of Earth. I feel like, did you get something like this morning? It feels familiar, because this is this balancing of thought and belief and mindset, and it's about the balancing of worth. I feel like someone did. Maybe you didn't get this particular one, but I feel like someone got these exact two cards. But it's this balancing, especially with the Gemini full moon that is happening on Monday. Of course, down below, I had, well, now it's up above. I posted the pick a card reading for the Gemini full moon. And I feel like that's an important energy for you to look at, because there is this balancing out of your physical world that comes from the balancing of your mental world, your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around what abundance means, around what equal giving and receiving means. And so there's this freedom that comes in with this. And I feel like what you need to know about yourself really has to do with your worth and how you relate it to the outside world. And um, the reflection, and I think we've talked about, I have a Take 10 with Zen that talks about the Six of Pentacles. Um, it's a free series that I had, and it's like episode 5, I think, is the Six of Pentacles, but it's about the out of balance, a feeling of worth where you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one back. And I feel like there is this balancing energy. So that's what knowing about ourself, that it's always this journey of worth, getting it to where we're like one to one, and we're releasing the things that stand between us and our awareness of our pricelessness. We're taught to define ourselves by the outside retail price of the outside world. And so our self worth isn't based on ourself when we're depending on how we feel we are valued by others. It's inconsistent retail prices up and down and all over the place, and we end up on, the clearance rack or donated to Goodwill or whatever. And so I feel like it's an important time for you to know about connecting to that part of you, your inner child, so that you can allow it to release those old beliefs that no longer serve you. And so that's a big part of it there. And that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Daijona. And then Johanna Jurison. Hello, hello. So, why did you stumble upon the dark goddess Lilith? Do you have any connection with her? Has she been showing up? Let's take a look here. And see what does Spirit have for you here. I was thinking, oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. So, so I was thinking devil card energy, because Lilith was reminding me of Saturn energy, where they do the work, and it's our shadow. And a dark goddess is just a shadow goddess. Behind the mask of every darkness is a being of light and love and, unconditional love and eternal capital T truth. But they show up and play these parts of darkness for us so that it gets our attention, it rattles our cages, it makes us see things, it makes us question thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in shadowy, dark fear, and allows us this um, freedom that comes. So your cards, I know, cards. The Tower card here's, like, because here's reminds me of this, devil energy. Even though it's the Tower card, it's things are removed out of our life on purpose for a purpose, and the Tower card tells us that's not happening to us, it's happening for us. These things are never punishment. They're never like low key playing tricks on us for the sake of embarrassing us or anything like that. It's very positive. It's like oh, who's the destroyer in I'm trying to think. Kali, right? She's the destroyer of worlds, but it's like that kind of energy. Destroyer moves things out of the way, so that new things can be planted there, and also so that it clears our way. And here's the Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords, which is the Nightmare and Insomnia card. So again, the darkness, the nightmares come, the things that hit us and impact us are for us, right? What comes in our dreams is just another place of communication. We think it's a nightmare, but it's just a fear being brought up for us to be able to transform it into something else, which is that you have the 10 of swords. So there is this exhaustion and this ending and beginning, the letting go of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer, you know, um, serve us any longer. It gave us the experiences we were looking for. So I feel like Lilith has stumbled upon, I mean, you've stumbled upon them because they're assisting you in releasing some old fears, some old ways of thinking, and they're acting like um, a a force, a tool, the hand of Saturn, energy for you. I don't know if you're going through Saturn return. We normally go through it. It's usually every 29 to 30 years, but we can feel it every 25 to 35 years. It's because it's the orbit's so far out there that we can feel it up to 5 years and 5 years before and after it. So, excuse me, there is this, you know, looking at things, this release of things that is coming in here. And I feel like that is why uh, they, you come across their path, and they have been showing up to show you these things as the hand of Saturn. It just feels like. So, some great release of things that no longer serve you, some old beliefs, and some shaking and some rattling. So, that is what is coming in. So, hopefully, that makes sense, Johanna. And many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. And then Hot Sun, you are up next. Hello. Want to know what are Matt's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards you? And can you see the bottom of the deck? I guess you can. So let's take a look here. Matt's feelings, intentions, and next actions. Intentions and next actions. All right. And bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords. So new communication, higher communication, seeing things from a different perspective, new ideas, this clarity of mindset, clarity that's coming in here. Their feelings, Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands. So feelings very fiery, very passionate, feelings that are coming in here. And, you know, I love that you're Hot Sun, and this is like the feelings they have towards you are that you're like the sun. You don't ask permission to shine. You just are you. You're unapologetically you. And if people can't handle it, they can get out of the sun. You don't dim your light for anyone, right? And and I like this new way of looking at things because it's not that you're rude or mean or anything like that. It's just like you're a, here I am, and people are like, well, you shouldn't do this, and you're like, like I could hear you saying something like, well, if we're talking about what we should or shouldn't do I get to also tell you about your life? And they're like, oh no, 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 and you're like, okay, well, there we go then. You don't do it in a mean way. You just can be snarky a little bit in a fun way. And then there are people like, oh, okay. So I like that for you. And then their intentions, let's see what that is here. We got the Ace of Water, which is the Ace of Cups, which is a higher love, a self love that is coming in here. Let's see what their next actions are here. Yeah, and they got the Eight of Water, leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, leaving behind relationships that no longer serve, and moving forward towards something that feels more like wish fulfillment. So the combination of all these cards with that Ace of Air does feel like there's a new, not necessarily like a reboot, but I feel like they're getting over, yeah, because even underneath that Ace of uh, Swords is the Two of Cups. So they're getting over their should be's and supposed to be's and need to be's, and they're I just feel like they're looking at things with a fresh brain, not fresh eyes, but fresh brain, where they're just looking, going, you know, um, there shouldn'ts and supposed to be's, and well, you shouldn't talk like that, or you should try to please everyone. I feel like they're just you're very influential. Oh, you you influence them, and I feel like they're getting over this. Everyone's just so, full of opinion, and yeah, why are they telling me what to do? Why are they telling her what to do? Why are they telling them what to do? They're like, everyone can be themselves. And I feel like they're having like this aha type of experience by witnessing how you carry yourself. And I like that. Yeah, it does feel hopeful. It feels like they're having some epiphanies of life, around things and going, "Yeah, that's right. I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's too." Yeah, right? And he kinda likes that. He's like, "Wait a minute, this isn't a bad deal. I think I wanna get on. How do I sign up for that?" And so I feel like that's why you know, things are changing because they're seeing how you're doing it and that you're not a jerk about it, unless there's a line, but I feel like there's a long distance between people entering your life and where they get you know, the scorpion sting. It's like, "You know what? I'll be cordial up to here, but when you get in my face or if anyone points their finger in your face, they're gonna have one less finger." But you do it quickly with your samurai sword. They don't feel it, it's just the finger's gone and and things move on, right? So, but I do like this for you, and I feel like that's what they have for you right now. Hot sun, so many blessings to you. Good to see you. And blessed one, you are up next. You'd like to ask what is coming in for you. So, what does Spirit want you to know here? What is coming in for you? Well, we've been talking about the devil card here, which is okay. It's a wonderful shadowy time of release with the three of fire, the three of wands. And I like this for you because what comes in here with the shadow, the Saturn energy, the Capricorn energy, is the taskmaster that shakes and rattles some long held beliefs that you have that have been holding you back, that have kept you from believing you can take an exit ramp off of a freeway to head off in a different direction in your life. So this devil card brings things to your face for you to go, why? Why do I believe that? Why have I allowed these to hold me back? And with that new information, with the three of wands, you are able to make a change and to head in a different direction. So just know that whatever is bubbling up and making itself known in your life, that it's like it's there for a reason, right? You're like, okay, I cannot um, let this hold me back anymore. I'm going for it. And you take an exit ramp and you realize this was it was blinders. It's like a horse that has blinders. It only thinks it can go this way because if it has this, one thing startle it. That's really the reason why they have them, I think. But you also are like, wow, I didn't see this opportunity because my vision was limited with the beliefs and thoughts that you were given growing up, but there's this freedom that is coming here for you. And that is what is coming in for you there. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you, blessed one. All right. And Felicia Fang, hello, hello. Thank you for mentioning the likes. I appreciate everyone who's given the video a thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys for doing that. It's something everyone can do that's free, and it does make a difference in the YouTube world. The algorithm, it activates it to draw more people to the videos so that they also can have the messages of love. So thank you guys for that. And thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that. And you want to know, will you move to a new city soon? Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know about a move to a new city. I believe so here. I like this. You've got the Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups movement of emotion to the Nine of Water, which is dreams come true, wishes come true. So this is yes, and I just feel like with this movement, again, it's and the Knight of Waters, like the medium, in the middle as far as fastness. The Knight of Wands is the fastest moving. The Knight of on Fire and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest. Knight of Cups is in the middle. So it is fairly quick here that you're going to have this opportunity to head and move to a location that's like a dream come true, to head in a direction. So I like this for you. It's the movement of the heart, though. We come back to the heart, right? When we're asking about career, love, location, all this. We have this in our head of like, well, this would be the best place for me to be, blah, blah, blah. Your mind has all of these rules, right? But when we step out of those rules and our heart goes, you know where I would just feel that might not make as much money if I didn't, if I lived in compared to if I lived in this huge big city, but if I lived in this smaller town where this job is at, it has beautiful gardens and beautiful, it's lakeside or seaside or whatever, and you're like, "This is where I wanna be, it would be like paradise for me." Then this is where you look for jobs, this is where you look for life, this is where you look for opportunities. It's following your heart is what gets you to move to a new city. When you're following your mind, it's gonna keep you stuck. You follow your heart, it's gonna get you moving in the direction of a dream come true, and I like that for you. Dream come true, that's right. Yes, yes, exactly. You are very welcome. Go, 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 go. All right. And maybe there's someone else, maybe there's some other people that wanna do that too, and you might just have to share an apartment or something till you're able to afford something for yourself, but you'll find a way. Don't let your mind limit it. All right. So many blessings to you, Felicia. All right, Anya, Ahuya, you are up. So what's next for you in romance? I did have a great Thanksgiving, very restful. That's what I like. Naps and food and vegetating. It was very calm. Hope you had a wonderful one as well. So let's see here. Romance. What does Spirit want you to know about romance? All right. So you've got the 10 of Earth, the 10 of Pentacles, which is one of the romance, one of the partnership type of cards. Usually there's two people with the child and the dog and the grandparent and the tree of life and all the pentacles and the palace. So it represents that. And the 9 of fire, the 9 of wands represents barriers that we've had, right? It's the hermit's journey. It's understanding your power, what kind of energy could be holding you back in here. I talk about it a little bit in my Take 10 with Zen episode, a series that I was doing for a while. And I love these are all ladybugs instead of pentacles. I don't know if you saw those. The ladybugs. um, easily distracted. Hello. But it is episode 4, I believe, talks about where we invest our energy. And with this, it shows that when we're focusing our energy on what we're grateful for, on focusing on unconditional love and joy, the things we do want, we call those things like attracts like, right? When we're focusing on what we're missing, like if, oh, I don't have a relationship in my life and I want a relationship, or I don't have romance, or I fear romance will never come into my life, or you have romance and you fear it's going to go away, um, we feed that, right? It's like a little kid going into a donut shop and, the little glass case with all the donuts and pastries, and the little kid points at what he hates. He gets a dozen of those, and the baker hands it to him. He's like, "Gross, I hate these." And so the baker says, "Point at what you love, and I'll give you dozens of that instead." And so there's this change of energy, this change here, this focus of what and rather than focusing what I'm if I feel like I'm missing romance, I'm telling the universe, I enjoy missing romance. Can you make me miss it longer? No, that's not what we're wanting, right? We're wanting to be grateful, grateful for the love that I have within me, grateful for the love that you're bringing me, grateful for the partner, the perfect partner you're bringing in the perfect way in the perfect time, and the trusting of the universe and having gratitude. That helps bring in romance sooner, and I feel like this is their message with those 2 cards for today is, let me focus on what I am grateful for, focus on that inner love, inward and upward. That helps speed things up too, the more we expand our inner love. So, um, I feel like that's the message for you at this time regarding romance, Anya. So many blessings to you. And doll faced diva, you are up next. All right. And you want to know anything spirit wants you to know at this time? All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know? All right. Nope, not those, just that one so far. What else? All right. So you've got this kind of balancing energy. You got temperance, which is patience and the slow enrollment of, this energy here with temperance. It's, alchemy. 2 cups starts off with a base metal. Each time you pour it to go back and forth into the opposite cup, it transforms more and more towards gold. You got the 4 of air, which is the 4 of swords, peace of mind, letting expectations go, sleeping on the ace of swords, which connects us to the higher realm, seeing things from a higher perspective. And it feels like there's just this resting and relaxing energy right now here for you. And they're kind of saying, go with the flow, have peace of mind that what's meant for you will never pass you by. Things are unfolding in perfect timing, perfect order, because we do have, that temperance is, it turns to gold at the perfect time, and trusting that it turns to gold at the perfect time. So your life is unfolding. You don't have to rush to get to the end of it because it's going to turn. Each step of the way is so perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. This moment is perfect. This next moment is perfect. May not match up to what our ego says things should be, but it's always perfect. And when we look at the perfection of the moment, going, why did I want this to happen for me? It transforms things. And that temperance, as things go back and forth and back and forth, it gives us this opportunity to cut away the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these expectations that we have, these, the swords in our heart, the prick of fear that we had of what does that mean about me? And we have this clarity that comes in. So I really like this for you. It is very freeing, very open, and I like it. So um, that's what they have for you right now, Dollface Divas. So many blessings to you. Righty. And then Marina. Hello, hello. You are up next. So what's coming towards you this week? Let's take a look and see what we have here. Okay. And that one. So what is in store for you? Oh, right. Wow, look at this. So you've got both the divine masculine, divine feminine energy of the magician, of the high priestess, those that connect to the higher realms, those that have this come in here. So this beautiful, both inner awareness of your divine masculine and your divine feminine energy, and connecting to the higher realms through that. But also, there's this divine counterpart. The magician is the divine counterpart of the high priestess, right? This could be called the high priest, and the high priestess, right? In a way. And so, there is this opportunity coming up next week of like becoming aware of who your divine counterpart is, but it starts from within. And this is the important thing because we the way we use those energies is pretty cool because the chalice, the divine feminine energy, is when there's nothing that we can do regarding a situation, person, or whatever, we become the chalice and go, Lord help us, in a way. We're like, I can't do anything. So help, I would need your assistance. And it waits to be filled. The magician, on the other hand, is being aware of what you can do and putting action behind it. So if there is something, or asking spirit, hey, I don't know what to do. Can you give me some guidance? They give you guidance, you take action. There's nothing else you can do, then you become the chalice. And there's this balancing and this understanding of this coming towards you this week of that you have this ability within you. You don't have to wait on people. If you are desiring to connect with someone, connect with them. Don't go like, I'm going to send out vibes and have them connect with me because I don't want to be the one reaching out. It's like, no, you want something, reach out, go for it. Boom. Don't hold back. Allow, if there's something you can do, do it. If there's nothing you can do, then ask spirit and wait, right? And I like this for you for next week. All right. And that is what they have for you, Marina. So many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. I like it. You are very welcome. And you're welcome, Felicia and Blessed One. Hey, Trouble, Double Trouble. Hey, Mars, Melody. All right. So let's continue down here. So, Rhonda, good to see you again. So, what will tomorrow have for you? All right. Let's take a look here. What is tomorrow going to bring you? Tomorrow. Gonna break out into Orphan Annie song here. Wow. All right. So you've got the 3 of air, which is, of course, expectations equal disappointment. And we've got the council of monarchs, which is the emperor. I like this combination here for you. This is not something to be afraid of because this is like when we are stuck in our fears of disappointing others and letting people down, like an emperor who, when you first become an emperor, you feel like, oh, I got to please everyone. And you realize, I cannot please any one person all the time or everyone at one moment either. It's like someone's always going to be disappointed. Someone always is going to be upset. That's why, approval rates are never 100% for most people, right? Even ascended masters like Jesus were crucified. He's like he was a miracle working, unconditionally loving being, but you throw him up on a cross. Great. So you can't please all the people all the time, and this is what this energy is coming in here. Aries energy, you standing up for yourself, you deciding what it is you want, not fearing letting down anyone, not fearing rejection, not fearing failing, because you can't fail. You can never truly be rejected. People just will react, and that's up to them. But your true you can never be rejected. And I love this because this is you deciding, you putting form to what you're wanting, not what you're afraid to do. It's like, the first monarch that created a library in schools to teach the low people, the non-royals language. What? How dare you, want your, servants to know English or a language and whatever, right? So there is this freedom that's coming in here tomorrow. And I feel like tomorrow is a day of standing up. There's this opportunity. If it just starts with one step of going, you know what? This is what I want today, and I'm going to do it. And you're doing something that you're choosing. And it doesn't mean you're not fearing stepping out and doing it, because courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means fearing and doing something anyway. And you're stepping up and you're taking authority over your life. The emperor is like the king of all the kings. That's why in this one they call it the monarchs, has all 4 kings there as a council. And it is you taking command over your life in those different areas. So I like that for you, Rhonda. That is what they have for you tomorrow. Look out, world. Here she comes. All right. So that is what they have. All right. And Demi Whitley, hello. And let's see. So yes, here. So you just need closure from your ex. Is that a question from spirit or a request? I just need closure from my ex. We don't do that kind of voodoo here. I'm just kidding. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So, closure. What advice does spirit have for you to gain closure with your ex? Yeah, it'll take time here with the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands. The It'll transform. The energy will transform. There just need some calm to come, through this. It'll take a little bit of time. But the page of water, the page of cups offers you a higher love, a release here. What helps with this transformation of what conflict you have felt, that fireness here with this page of cups is realizing that the closure uh, is about the closure inside of you, not between you and another person, right? Because people can pass, people can be out of our lives. And all of our conflict, all of our, that fire and all that stuff going on is happening inside of us, not out here. Otherwise, we'd all see it, right? Their emotions are happening inside them, their actions, their upheaval or whatever is inside of them. Ours is inside of us. We can't do anything with theirs. That's their responsibility. We sweep in front of our own door. And, with this page of cups, you are the chalice, the holy grail. And this is about self love. And so the closure comes with your ex when you realize that they could never give you what you needed. What? I know. What a epiphany, right? Epiphany at Tiffany's. We've got this, we're taught that, you know, our heart will feel full and we're going to find what we're needing in relationships, situations, and things. But all that stuff is unstable. It's only conditional anyway. What we're looking for is a 10-course meal with 2 desserts, and all the world, including your ex, all they can give us is 3rd dessert and above. We look for this buffet meal in a world full of dessert buffets, and all we see is dessert. We're like, "Where? I need food. I want, you know, meatloaf and potatoes and whatever it is that we're hungry for." I know right now after eating probably Thanksgiving, a lot of people are like, "Don't mention food," but there is, and we don't find it out there, we find it in here, and so we turn inward and upward, and we're like, "There's the 10-course meal with 2 desserts that I've been looking for." And then we fill up with that. That's the page of cups, that's the chalice. We fill up with that unconditional love, what we've been searching for, it fills up and overflows. And then we realize, we don't stop wanting from the outside world. We just stop needing from the outside world because we're full, right? 10-course meal and 2 desserts, we're all going to be stuffed. But we can always make room for more dessert. As most people in Thanksgiving realize, sure, I'll have another piece of pecan pie or apple pie or pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie or chocolate pudding pie or just a little slice of each. But we can always make room for more, and so we allow people to bring us more dessert from the outside world. But when someone withholds 7th dessert, we're not like, "Oh, no." We're like, "Phew, thank you, I was about to explode." And so it changes our whole that's where the closure comes in, is realizing you could never give me the 10-course meal I was looking for. I can only find that in here. And so we realized it was unfair of us to go into a tire shop looking for a buffet. "Where's the buffet? We don't have one." "How dare you not have a buffet?" They're like, "Tire stores usually don't." Your buffet's at home, you know? And so there's this freedom that's coming in here, and I feel like that is what they want you to know right now. You're welcome, Demi. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thanks for having a great sense of humor. All right. All right, and that's what they have for you. And then we will infinity is one. We'll come back to you here in a moment. I do have a donation coming in, so I will prioritize that. Hey, Joe, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love since it lets me do that. And you want to know, will you and your ex Bryant get back on good terms? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. And let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Will you get back on good terms? You are very welcome, Demi. And what else? All right. What do we have here? Okay. Yeah, there is possibilities of this. And let me just show you the cards. So you got the Seven of Earth, the Seven of Pentacles, which is the patience tree. It's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, right? So it would take time for this to happen. We do show that you've got the High Priestess, which is taking time alone, stepping back, connecting higher, looking behind the veil, diving deep into emotions, doing the inner work. Both of you would need to do that, and that would take the power of choice here. This realization, too, and this movement and this victory that comes with this is realizing that, you know, yeah, right. that each of us, like, I am the one that makes I'm the one that puts the stories to what's going on for me. I'm the one that chooses my emotions. I'm the one that chooses the energy I put forward and the actions I take. I cannot control any of theirs. They cannot control any of mine. I'm the one that chooses everything. So when we say, you make me mad, you made me sad, you made me, no one can make us anything. We are the ones. That's our job. No one can hurt me. That's me. No one can make me happy. That's me. Um, I cannot make anyone else happy. I can make it easier or harder for people to choose happiness or unhappiness, but ultimately everyone makes up their own choices, and we can give someone the world and they could still choose to be unhappy. We can give someone a pebble and they could choose to be ecstatic, right? So there's this awareness that comes in here and taking ownership of our own choices, our own emotions. Releasing each other is important here, in order for there to be this back on good terms, because the what put us on bad terms is us expecting them to do something that's not their responsibility, them blaming us for something that's not our responsibility, and thus the battle comes in, where we're punishing each other for things that are outside of each other's control. And so putting the responsibility where it belongs allows us the freedom that comes in here, right? And we do have this here. I mean, we've got the Hierophant, which is the journey, the higher self pulling us. Even the Elder of Fire, the King of Wands, is about our higher self being invited up, seeing things from the higher perspective, really connecting to who we really are ourselves, allows us to come back together in good terms with people, because the terms are more and more free of expectations, not expecting them to do something that they can't do, right? And let's see here. Yeah. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Swords, the Nightmare and Insomnia card, really looking at our inner journey of our fears, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, because that's also what caused the bad terms, right? when we when we have a fear and our human inner child feels unsafe or out of control, then what happens? It goes into fight or flight mode, right? It throws out our intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and we do stupid, unloving, unkind things, or say them, or don't say them, or don't do things, and then out of fear, we you know manipulate through acting sadsies and angry if that sads doesn't work, and then rejection if the anger doesn't work, right? And so we realize, looking at things from this different perspective, how, oh wow, I see what was happening now. I see how our human side of us, our little inner child, was freaking out, and that's why we were two-year-olds fighting. What happens when two-year-olds and they're hissing pet cats? What happens when they get into a fight over a toy? Someone gets knocked upside the head with the toy truck that we're fighting over, or whatever, right? And so there is this possibility to get back on good terms, but we have to get into good terms with ourselves first, and then there's the possibility here. I see you, of course, embracing this journey. I feel like you are a high priestess, the high priestess and the Hierophant. Definitely, do you have Capricorn? A lot of Capricorn in your chart? I feel like you embrace doing shadow work. You love the reward that comes from it and the freedom that comes from it. However, I don't know if they are as excited about it as you are. Oh, yeah. So, oh, well, that makes sense. You are the high priestess then. You definitely have that energy. And the Cancer, I mean, there's a lot of emotion there, but, yeah, Pisces is like, you know, you're the last. I have a ton of Pisces in my chart, so I know it's the last, sign in the zodiac before ascension, right, in a way, and, so Cancer is like the baby, water sign, and so it's learning, it's growing, and so it doesn't have as much excitement, as you do, um, around transforming things, and the comfort level of swimming. Pisces energy, we love swimming in the dark side of the pond. If I'm gonna feel sad, I'm gonna go deep down into my sadness, but then I also learn a lot about it, and then I come back and swim on the bright side of the pond. Um, so it's there, but that 7 of Pentacles is really about long time, that the, you know, amount of time it takes for fruit to come from that, and it would take a lot of if you do your inner work, you know, I know it grows tiring after a while, though, when you're the one that's always doing all the giving and all of the compromise and all of that because you are doing your inner work, you understand, and then but it's like, you know, if you're always taking out the trash for a child, the child never learns to take out the trash themselves, and because we're doing it all the time. And so I just feel like after a while, that's where the yelling comes into. You just get tired, and then you're in a low moment, and then here comes the explosion again, right? So I feel like you'll have good terms. You may not that may not be meaning you're getting back together, and you may not even want to, but I just feel like they're gonna be very slow in doing their inner work in comparison. So, that's what's coming in, Joe. And you're like, "Confirmation, I get it, I understand." So, thank you again for your donation, I greatly appreciate it. That's what they have for you right now. And then Asuna Sen, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love because I can. And you wanna know Wilden's feelings for you. Let's take a look here and see. All right. What are the feelings? All right. Oh, that one and that one and this one. And that one. All right. Oh, wow. Let's see what else we got here. All right. All right. I see this here. They're a little bit of a mess. Oh, well, I was going to say they're a little bit of a mess. I think just in general, not to do with you, but they've got a lot of conflict of energy and a lot of heartache and heartbreak and they've got this, energy of just they got a lot of fear and the 5 of wands is this conflicting passion, this conflicting fire within them here too. So, you know, I feel like that we just needed to know that up front. That's just the general shell of who they are right now in their life. And so it just feels very, these odd numbers are very conflicting, a lot of inner conflict. Their feelings for you, I mean, they see you here as the queen of earth, passionate, sensual, new birth, very nurturing individual. So they have those feelings for you. And we've got the 8 of earth. They see you as someone who does the work, who has this movement. I feel like you do a lot of self growth, and they see you this way. And we've got the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure. It's a victory card. And we have got the star card, which is balance and, you know, wish upon a star type of energy and everything here. You know, I feel like, they've got all of this wonderful way of looking at you here, but with all of this that they have, there's it's just it doesn't it's oil and water, it feels like it doesn't mix with them because of this way they look at themselves. It's like it could be like, if you ever, have experienced where you feel someone's too good for you, that's kinda how they feel, that there's um, this energy here of, "Wow, look at who you are and what you do and what you accomplish," and, you know, wow, and it's like there's a great amount of respect here, and I feel like they don't wanna ruin they don't wanna ruin you, does that make sense? It's like they're like, "You're so" they have you almost like on a pedestal, almost like a mom, which not that they look at you as their mother, but they have you this great amount of respect like they would have for their mom, they have for you, and they're like, "I don't wanna mess that up," if that makes sense. Uh because they have these fears of heartbreak, of hurting people, and the 5 of Wands is very conflicting, energy that they have, conflicting passions, within them too. So, hopefully that makes sense, Asuna. It just feels like they have these great emotions for you and great respect. Even the sensuality, it's a respectful sensuality, uh but I just feel like, love is in there in the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. There is, there, but it's almost like a rose from a rose garden that they don't want to ruin, so they keep it, you know, away from everything. And so yeah, it's like a respectful love. And I feel like they try to steer away from lust, and I just it feels like they're afraid to ruin either the relationship or to hurt you, and they just see that, like, wow, it would be something like with you, it would be so different from anything else, and, there is this energy of it feels like, and it's not like sister and mom, but they just have this great respect for some women. And I say some because I feel like they will other type of women, that they will, you know, won't care. They're like, you know, but there's something about you that they put you in a group that is special. And they're like, I don't want to mess that up. Like, like they feel like my sisters or my mom would kill me, type of energy. And they're like, I don't wanna hurt them. Like, they don't care about hurting some other people, but they care about hurting you, and they know themselves. They know how their fears and their energy is all woo, 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 and they are wanting to kinda save you from that, if that makes sense. They're like it's almost like they're trying to save you from themselves because they know who they are, and they have this love and respect, and they don't wanna that's how they care, which is great. It's like, yeah. So it's like sometimes we're like, I don't care, treat me bad. Spank me. I don't know. Whoa, it's not that type of channel. But, it's like, nah, that would be fun for a moment, but truly you would like them to have that respect. But I feel like they have to work out what's going on inside of them. Um, is what I feel is coming in there. Let me see. I know you didn't ask about anyone else, but I just kind of am nosy. Go, is this are they like for your highest experience, or is there someone else? I feel like there's someone else that comes down here for you, Asuna, because you got this new birth, this newness, and the sun, this brightness, this fire, this Leo energy that comes in here for you. And so I feel like there's this fire sign that comes your way that's more in alignment and is more able to be who you are wanting for your life, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but new birth that comes in here. And there's someone that brings a bright light into your life. And I kind of feel like this individual, Wilden, I don't feel like they bring a bright light into your life. I feel like they bring distress. I just feel like I pick up on your energy. I just feel it's like, won't they just open their eyes? Can't they do this? And I just feel like, you know, up. So that's what I feel there for you. Yeah. And you have the page of air, new communication, new things that come your way too. This newness, it's an upgrade. You deserve to be with someone like you. So I like it. That's what they have for you, Asuna. So hang in there. At least you got the clarity, right? I like that. Uh, and the sun and the seven of wands, that you just got the seven of wands too, which is about you being true to your authentic self. You not dimming your light, you not shrinking, you not walking on eggshells. And I feel like you would always have to do that with this Wilden. Um, because again, with them feeling like, oh, I don't, uh, they just, you'd always have to be aware of how they're perceiving things. And it's just a lot of work. So I like who's coming down the road for you. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. And Empress Beauty, hello, hello. Let me give your donation some love. Thank you so much for your donation. You want to know, why does your sister turn up her face when you talk about your relationship with Nuke? I know, right, Asuna? Come on, come on. All right. You just got to make room at your heart table, right? By taking away their reservation, and then there's an open space to allow them to come in, right? All right. You are very welcome. All right, Empress Beauty, let's take a look here. What's going on with your sister? All right. And what about that? And these two. What's that? What's beneath the surface here? Okay. Well, we've got the four of swords here. Underneath is, it's a mental stability here. So mentally, I don't feel like they have a problem with it. Let's see what their problem is. All right. Look at all this earth energy. And what are these over here? Okay. So we've got the Elder of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. We've got the Page of Earth here, which is new opportunities opening up in the outside world. All of this has to do with this journey of worth and patience and waiting. And I feel like with all of this here, I don't want to say like envy or jealousy, but it's a combo of, like, they wanna be able to I don't know if they're in a relationship or if they like the relationship that you guys have, or I just feel like they're like, "Ugh," because they see it as abundant, they see it as overflowing, but at the same time, they're also feel like it's been going on a long time, and um, I don't know, there's like these mixed messages that we get here, and this makes sense with the Two of Air, that she goes back and forth between the story that she's telling herself in the head, and we got the Devil card energy here, Capricorn, a lot of thinking. So with this Four of Air, it's like your sister does a lot of thinking about stuff, overthinking about stuff, but she's got her rules, don't she? She's got all her rules about how things are supposed to be, who people are supposed to be. Timing really comes in here too. And like time, keeps on going around in my head. So there's like this, on one hand, like this, oh, interesting. Well, I see the going back and forth in her head here, though, with her supposed to be's and should be's and how things are, supposed to be here. Um, all this grounding energy, though, I just feel like it's all about the worth and about the things unfolding and timing. Like I said, is really coming in here. Like, I don't know if she's like, uh, it took you too long to realize these things, took too long for things to unfold. You're mourning it for too long, you're grieving it for too long. Let's move on, let's get over it. That's why I feel like they've got this Capricorn energy, which is very much in the head, in the earth energy makes sense too. Groundedness. Is your sister a Capricorn? uh, or an air sign, because I feel like there's so much. The reason why she turns her face up is like it's almost like she feels that you should be over this by now, and that the timing. It's like, come on, let's move beyond this. you know, and um, there's a little bit of I don't know if you know. Oh, he's a Capricorn. Oh, that's the devil energy. Yeah. Well, fire, yeah, and she might have a lot of earth in her chart too. But there's this energy here, it just feels like, um, I don't know, and it makes sense with being a fire sign. They heat up fast and cool off fast, and they're like, "Let's move on. Let's move, let's go places. Let's just boom, boom, boom," right? And I feel like she thinks, it's like, "This should be you should be over this by now." And it's like, even if it's been 10 minutes, you should be over this by now. And I feel like she's just tired of hearing, um, and not just you, but just people. Like, I almost feel like she would say, everyone's always complaining all the time. People just need to, to shut up and move along, And because I don't feel like your sister does a whole lot of um, reflection backwards. It's like she's a forest fire or a grass fire, just moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. And so she thinks everyone should be that way. And the timing is like, all right, let's move on. Come on, there's other stuff to do, other places to go. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. She doesn't do a whole lot of backward reflection because she has her rules. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't know. But I feel like this is the kind of energy that's coming in here is, that comes in and, but I don't know, this envy still keeps on coming back, and I'm not sure why. I mean, because 'cause you're saying that, um, you're grieving them and you're finding out things that happened that you didn't like, but, um, I I don't know if your sister has had relationships, it's kind of like this, you should be happy you got to have what you had. Even if it ended up like this, you had that. I don't even get that. It's like this attitude of things coming in. Yeah, right? But it's like, you're complaining about having had all this, but look at all you had. I never got any of that. You know, that's what's coming in, and that's what I feel is they're like, well, what are you complaining for? Look at all the great things that you had in that relationship, and I never had that, and it's like, sure, your heart was broken or you got cheated on or whatever. She goes, but you had all this. Don't you see how much I never got that? you know, and that's what I feel like there's all this, just fiery, thinking everyone should just shut up and move forward. Why even worrying about it? It's done and over with. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. But that's why I feel the type of energy that she has. Like I said, forest fire, grass fire, they just move forward and consume. Yeah, yeah. It's like the difference between Queen of Fire and Queen of Earth. So, we've got this the two sisters that one's of fire, one's of earth. And there's you guys are very different. But, yeah, and here's even the Knight of Fire in the middle. Yeah, I've got the Knight of Fire in the Fool card, which is just move forward, let's go. That's the fastest moving knight is, come on, let's go. Uh, and I feel like that's why she's like, can we just get over this and let's move on? Yeah. And you're like, no, I've got to reflect. I've got to understand. I've got to, you know, make sure this doesn't happen again. I need to understand why it happened. I need to overthink this. And they're like, no, no, let's move on. And that's why they're just like, oh my gosh. So it makes sense, what's going on with them there. And yeah, like you said, some envy of like, really? It's like I only let me see who is not sure who's the hot person out there, but it would be like, I only dated Ryan Reynolds for a year, and they're like, "Oh, shut up. You had him for a year?" You know? It's that type of energy. It's funny. Or whoever's the hot love interest, and people are like, "Oh, boo. Let me play the world's smallest violin for you." But that's why she's had it. She's had enough. Boo hoo hoo. All right. But that's what's coming in, Upper Speedy. So thank you much for your donation and for your sense of humor. I appreciate that. All right. And then Mega, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love here. And let me see here. There's your question right there. Perfect. So thank you so much. What is the future of your relationship with Pavan? You're very welcome. Is he cheating on you over another girl? You're not in contact. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about your future with Pavan? So I went to that one and that one and that one and that one. Okay, and what else do we have here? Okay. So whenever I ask the question or we ask the question of spirit, if there's a third party involved, one of the big indicating cards for that is the 3 of cups, the 3 of water, which is here. And we've even got the 5 of earth, which the 5 of pentacles, is this feeling of lack of being left behind, abandoned, and this is where what spawns them to do this type of stuff is these feelings of abandonment that they had when they were younger. They just are on this they're looking for this fulfillment in the outside world, that they have this hole inside of their heart. They don't love themselves very much, so they can't receive love from people, because when your self-love is like this, no matter how much love you wanna give, it just drips out. No matter how much love someone wants to give us, it just drips in. And when we're feeling so empty and we're looking for love from people and all we're getting is drips, we think it's everyone else's fault. And that's where they have this blame, and that's why they go from person to person to person, or have multiple people at the same time, because they figure if I'm getting drips from all them, maybe I'll feel full. That flow is not enough for them ever to feel fulfilled from the outside world, because their self-love is so low. These feelings of abandonment and being left behind is what is coming in here. So we pretty much answered your second question first, is that they are involved in other relationships, um, with other people. And I feel like that's consistent. I feel like they always have two or three people in their little harem of sorts, and it's because of them, not because of anyone else, because their self-love is so thin. The future of your relationship, when I asked that, we've got the judgment card here, which is double endings and double new beginnings with these exes. It's your higher self calling you to this different place here. And you've got the Queen of Air, which is balance in your heart and your mind. And you've got the Elder of Fire, the King of Wands, that's coming in here too. So I feel like what this is telling us here is that the future of your relationship with Pavan is, you know, gone, because you are balancing this heart and mind, and you want someone who has this passion and drive for you. I feel like you have this fire sign that comes in later. This is someone that's designed, you're being moved to a um, different level of your own self-love, which, when we feel low about ourselves, we draw in lower vibrational people, relationships, situations. And I feel like with this judgment card, you're balancing your heart and your mind, and you're raising your love vibration, which allows you to draw in someone who's at a higher vibration, someone who's more in tune with who you want, and what you deserve. And I like this for you, because it is someone that's very fiery, but the kings all get a second portion of air. So it's like you're the queen of air and you have emotion too. They are fiery, but they also have the air, that you roll over. And so there's this great mental connection that you have with someone, that they express their passion, you express your emotion. And but I like this for you here. It's something that you deserve more than what you were getting. And it has nothing to do with you. Um, there, Mega, just with this is where they came from. And when they have that type of emotional um challenge, I guess is a good word, of the abandonment, that feelings of being left behind and all of that, it definitely creates this vacuum where they cannot give a whole lot, but they're trying to get a whole lot. And they can never get enough to make themselves feel full, because that's why people will continually go from relationship to relationship to relationship, cheating on different people, going from relationships to relationships to relationships, because they're unhappy on the inside and they're expecting everyone else to make them happy, but no one can make them happy. That's their own job. And so no matter how much anyone tries, you can't until they find happiness on the inside. And so, that's what, um, spirit wants you to know, with this too. So I know it's tough. but I feel releasing them and letting them go because, it is like a forest fire we were just talking about before, or a grass fire. It will just consume you and burn you twice, and it's like that's all they know how to do at this point in their life is consume, and, so there's freedom. No, you should not wait. Not unless you wanna experience being burnt again because, um, they will just do it again and again and again till they do their inner work. I don't feel like they're close to working on their inner selves right now. So I feel like Spirit's saying, Just let it go, let them drift away, and go live your life and raise your love vibration. Look at your self love. What did you learn? This was not by accident, it's not a mistake. You're learning a lot about who you are and how you feel about yourself. And so you can raise your love vibration by looking at those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you can release that were limiting about yourself, right? And release emotions that no longer serve you so that you can raise that love vibration and come from this beautiful place of confidence and self-love, self-respect, self-worth, right? And that's what draws this other person, you guys at a higher vibrational love level. So I would say not to wait unless you want to get burnt again, which is all right. There's never a wrong choice. They just bring us different experiences, right? And but I feel like you've had enough of it. All right. So hang in there, my dear, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Let me scroll back up here. So we'd left off with infinity is one. And you were hello, hello. You like my haircut? It's actually I'm letting my hair grow in. I'm usually have a shaved head, right? Do I look different? Am I less Buddha looking? But thank you for that. And then you're wondering if you offended or bothered GR. Let's take a look here. Well, let's see, were they offended or bothered? Because you can't bother anyone. You can't offend anyone. People can be offended, people can be bothered, but you can't offend, you can't bother. We're not that powerful. People make their emotional choices, right? So put that back on them. If they feel offended, if they feel bothered, they could have also felt unoffended and unbothered as well, right? So let's take a look here and see what's going on inside of this GR. The GR. No, I don't see that here. The emotions going on inside of them, very deep emotion. Mother Luna, you have both the Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and Mother Luna. So they see you as someone who's very nurturing, very caring, very giving. So I feel like they know your heart and they know that you would never try to offend or bother people. That it's you just share your heart, you share your feelings, and that's what comes through to them. So very pure hearted is how they perceive you. Doesn't mean you are. No, just kidding. Just means that's how they perceive you. But you are. You are. So you are good. You are very welcome. You're like, oh, okay, that's true. I am big hearted, and so that does come through. All right. And then let's see here. Oh, Demi, I'm so glad. So I'm just reading through the comments here to make sure I'm not skipping over anyone. All right. So Melody, you are up next here. Glad you have a sense of humor. All right. So Melody, what is Azam's current energy towards you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what energy are they choosing, right? Yeah. So we've got the Queen of Earth, and I just put her back in, and she came back out here. So definitely this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, sensual rebirth, just very nurturing type of energy coming in here. The Sun card is this brightness too, fiery, almost childlike. I don't know if you're, it's Leo energy, fire energy, um, that, like childlike, not childish, but this awe of life, and I like this. It's they see you as someone who's very, very giving, very nurturing, very like you will make, if you're not a mother already, that you would be a beautiful mother, very nurturing, um, compassionate kind of energy. And the Sun card is the childlikeness. Like, not that you're goofy, but you could be goofy and you look at life with not Pollyanna, but just wow, with wonder and awe. And you're energetic, and this is how they perceive you and the energy towards you. So I don't feel any angst or any type of, you know, lower judgy type of energy. I feel like in this moment with this energy that we're looking at, it's very bright, it's very beautiful, and it's attractive to them. uh, Sometimes maybe I don't know if you're a morning person, but this fireness that comes in here uh, can be very bright and hot. So some people can't stand too much heat sometimes. Like, I feel like, um, depending on their mood, which can change from moment to moment, it can feel too much for them at times, which is all right because they can get over it. The sun does not ask permission to shine, nor does she dim her light for anyone. If they cannot handle it, they can get one of those giant sun hats, or get in the shade, or get in the air conditioning. And when you're cool off, then you can come back out and face the sun. So I like that energy. But I feel like you be you, do not dim your light, for sure. All right, and that's what they have for you, Melody. And then we've got Mars. You are up next here. And so what are your ties to Egypt? It's your only incarnation, or one that I will have, and yet spirit says I have a connection to there. Ah, very cool. So you know, I feel like you're not a new soul. I feel like you've had a lot of lifetimes, actually. I'm like, "Really? Really? Why are you pretending you only had one? Are you playing a game?" But, let's take a look here and see. And I do past life readings, um, as well, if you ever want one. But, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. What is this connection to Egypt? What is the connection to Egypt? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got the Emperor card here, so definitely confirm that you were in a place of royalty, for sure, even if there were 4 pharaohs, a line of pharaohs, because the Council of Monarchs, which is normally the Emperor card in the standard tarot. So definitely there, and I definitely with this, you've got the 6 of swords, which is movement over seas, over water, and the 8 of earth, which is doing the work, the, apprentice that becomes the master. So it's kind of like, I feel like you were in a line of pharaohs, and you were the child that got moved up when other pharaohs died. But I feel like part of what you were known for is, it's like before you became the pharaoh, you did some traveling, across the seas in the ships, and, maybe even a general. But I feel like you did, have overseas travel with the 6 of air, and you, because of your travels, you brought back some amazing knowledge and information, and I feel like this was what was so helpful as you as a pharaoh with this too. But yeah, definitely no doubt that you, um, had that here as a pharaoh here, and, I do like this, I feel like with this 6 of air and the 8 of earth too, this knowledge that you brought back, you, like, taught or you had, people teach because this, 8 of pentacles is also about study, and, and I feel like that's what happened here. You had these individuals that would, that came to your came to Egypt. Egypt was known as a hub of great, um, knowledge and wisdom, and they were a big, hub of the world, right? A lot of people came through Egypt and all of that. So I definitely feel that coming in there, for you, Mars. Yeah, yeah, definitely so. With those cards, you definitely were royalty. I feel like you were a prince. Like a pharaoh had several sons who were princes, and and eventually I feel like maybe even like if they how they name their names, but I feel like you definitely eventually moved up into the pharaoh role after the other ones you know um picked off there. So I definitely feel that, and I have a beautiful, if you go to my main page, I have a pick a card meditations. One of them was to Egypt. My first one was to Egypt. So if you want to go back and visit, and listen to that, because I believe we talk about past lives in that too. But be sure to check that out. All right, that's what they have there for you. Excuse me. All right, so double trouble. You will be up next here. I do have a donation that came in. So Brenda, thank you so much for your sticker and for your donation there. And let me see here. Did you ask a question already? Let me just scroll up. If not, just pop it down below. So trouble, got double trouble. We got Swaroop and then Fire Spawn. And then I think Arcano Rao. And then Nature 1111. So I should be able to get to you guys. It's 7:38 here, so I've got about less than 20 minutes. So I may not get through to everyone, but I'll definitely try. So Brenda, thank you so much for your question. So how's Matthew, about you? Will there be communication or any type of movement towards you tonight or tomorrow? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on with Matthew towards you here. Anything else? All right. All right. And then will there be communication or any type of movement towards you tonight or tomorrow? All right. So let's take a look here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. All right. Well, so there definitely is, there's some passion that's here. I mean, you got the page of fire, page of one, so that's passion and energy there. You got the elder of fire, which is the king of fire, and you've got the magician. So this is about action and movement and this energy that's here. And you've also, with the elder, I'm sorry, this was the not the king of fire, but the king of air, who's the master of communication. You got the ace of air too here, which is new communication. So I definitely feel here with this energy that they do have this passion, and they have all these thoughts and beliefs, If they're an air sign, I wouldn't be surprised because they've got all this energy here about thinking, 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 and new ways of thinking, new thoughts, new ideas that are coming in. And this energy here is energy of movement and passion. Okay, he is a Libra. Yeah. So that makes sense then. With all of this thinking, thinking, but he's, um, you know, in Libra, wonderful relationship energy that they have, but they might overthink things and try to have all this stuff that has to happen before they're able to move forward on something. But we've got this. They have this energy, they have this communication, and and you're an Aquarius. Woo, Aquarius. uh, you know, any movement, I feel like you got the page of air, which is new communication as well, heightened communication. So you definitely, I feel like they will contact you tonight or tomorrow with this, since we asked, and we have the swords here, and you've got the ace, both the ace and the page, which is new communication. So I feel like there will be this movement here, and that they will reach out to you. They'll at least communicate with you tonight or tomorrow with the page of air coming in here. Let's see anything else. Yeah, the five of earth, and that makes sense too. I feel like they're working through, they've got the little barriers that are happening that keep them from moving. Has to do with their abandonment and, you know, fear of rejection, fear of, that's why I feel like they have to overthink things to make sure that they, you know, uh, are able to move forward on things. Oh, you left him. Oh, well, that makes sense. So that makes sense. With the feeling left behind and abandonment, and all that. Yeah, Aquarius, air sign, been 2 months. Yeah. So they still have all that going on there. And well, that makes sense why they have been doing so much thinking too. Is they're like, well, do I reach out? Don't I? But I feel like they will, with those cards there. Yeah. Well, it goes back, you know, that 5 of Pentacles is an expression of, that usually 7 years old and younger, they felt abandoned, left behind, not chosen, left out in the cold, when they were younger, and then everyone else, does, uh, you know, any other relationship will be a reflection of that until he deals with it, because it's what he feels he deserves, and so his behavior will also do that. Well, his true intentions, we've got the 3 of Wands, which is like a change of direction. So I feel like they have intentions of wanting to change, wanting to be someone different, but we know how that goes. Intentions are good, but show me action, right? And I feel like, again, we've got here's the elder of air falling on the bottom. They got a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they have to overcome first. Um, but yeah, and the ace of water, the ace of cups is all about their self-love. They got to work on that. And I feel like all that thinking and stuff, they've been doing some reflecting, but I still feel like they want to be able to change, and I want to be different. And it's like, oh, that's all nice and everything. And so when they reach out, it's like, well, it's nice that you are saying that you have changed, but show me instead. He suffers from not having self love, because it goes back to his childhood. He felt abandoned, left behind, unloved, and so his self-love is small, and so he can't receive a whole lot of love, or give a whole lot of love, because his love canal, his self-love is so small that, it's like flooding, it drips in, flooding, it drips in here. It's not open, and he has to work on his self-love to expand his ability to love himself, but also to love others too. Yeah. Yeah. That seems is a good word, right? He seems to be very strong, but, you know, um, people put on a big show of, like, boasting especially, "Look who I am, look who I am." Yeah. Yeah, and that's fear. Defensiveness is, when the inner child feels unsafe or out of control, "I'm gonna get rejected." But, these big, big walls that come up for their protection, right? Yeah. Yeah, beautiful mirrors for one another, right? Yeah, right. You're so funny. All right. So hang in there, Brenda. Brenda, that is what they have for you right now. And I'm going to be on for about 10 more minutes. And I'm going to be headed off to my praying mantis session. If I don't get to you guys tonight, I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. But if you do want me to make sure I get to yours in this next 10 minutes or so, donation of any kind, I will prioritize those. Otherwise, I'm going to return back to the free readings here and see how many I can get through before I head off. And double trouble, trouble woman, trouble woman. Hey, hey, will you get some love and a vacation this week? Let's take a look here. None of those. All right. Justice will be served. We've got this balancing energy that comes in here. So you get some love and some vacation time. Let's see what else they say here. So I feel like there's this balancing of the scales that is making itself known here. Well, you get the hermit here too. So you got two major arcana. One is the balancing out of stuff, but you also have some alone time here. So, I feel like there's a little bit of just a little bit of each, right? There's this, some, but not like a whole. It's not like this big. Oh, and it's a mirror too, because you got IX, XI, so 9 and 11, right? So there's this mirror reflection. There's this, um, definitely this opportunity to come in here, but there's just a little bit of love, just a little bit of vacation. Balanced, nothing extreme is what I'm feeling with all that. So that is what is coming in for you. Yep, just now, just now. All right. And so many blessings to you. And then Swaroop Bobby, any time frame when you'll get a new job. You're trying so hard. Let's take a look here. And just need to reshuffle those. All right. Oh, here we go. Boom, boom. 10 of Pentacles. So this is a very positive card. It's abundance overflowing in the outside world. So it does feel like you're going to be here sooner than later with the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, if it wasn't, I'd be like, it's not October because we're already past that there. But 10 is really standing out here. So, it's like within 10 days, you're going to get this notification of a new job opportunity or a new job offer that comes across your plate here in the next 10 days. So awareness around a job or applying for a job, getting a job, it can be any of those things, does feel abundant that's coming in here. So I definitely, it feels very positive there for you, Swaroop. So hang in there. Just keep applying, keep your eyes open. That's coming through there. All right. Lost my place. Oh, there it is. Fire Spawn. Thank you so much for liking the video. I appreciate that. You want to know, will the Pisces eventually overcome their inner conflict and reach out to you? Let's take a look here. Yeah, it does feel here. The magician is the empowerment, the moving forward here, and the knight of air is, of course, the movement of communication. And so this does show that there will be communication and this empowerment that's coming in. So I feel like they're really stepping up and taking steps to overcome their conflict. And the Knight of Air is not a slow moving knight. It's not the fastest moving knight either. So there is movement here. I don't feel like by the end of the year, though, I feel like there's the holidays really, like November, December seem to really take them into their dark place. So I feel like more in January with that magician is when you'll hear from them. So that's what they have for you, Fire Spawn. Just send them a lot of love. That's all you can do. Right. Just make sure I'm not missing anyone here. We answered those. We answered those. We answered those. We answered that one. We answered those. Okay. Arcano Rao. You are up next here. Very good, Fire Spawn. Yeah, it is manifesting there. All right. So, Arcano Rao, what is Srinivas Rao's feelings and next actions? Let's take a look here. Well, their feelings here with this judgment card here, I feel like they are in a place of not really focusing. This is their higher self calling them into this different place here, double endings and double new beginnings. And the Knight of Earth is Knight of Pentacles, one of the slowest moving knights out of them all. And their next actions, I don't feel will happen for quite a while. There's the slowness that comes in here. And there's this calling upward here. This is a message for, both of you really, because they're a mirror for you. When things are going slow, it's an opportunity for you also to turn inward and upward, to see things from a different perspective, to grow your self love, to expand it, because it's like things go slow for us to raise our love vibration. So instead of having a lower vibration where we're drawing in, what we've always had before, we raise our love vibration and draw in something higher here. So there's a real slowness here. I don't feel like there's a lot of activity outward. I feel like they're, focusing on raising and focusing on themselves right now with what that's coming in there. So that's what they have for you, Arcano. So many blessings to you. And then Nature 1111, you'd like a general for the rest of 2023, which isn't too long now, right? So let's take a look here and see what we have here. All right. What is this? Oh, okay. Well, we ended up getting it anyway. So we've got this. You got the Devil card and the Seven of Pentacles. Yay! Things are kind of going to slow down a little bit if they haven't been slow already, because it's given you time here. You've got this Saturn Capricorn energy, which Capricorn, of course, we hit around December 21st, 22nd, around there. But there's this reflection time of looking at what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets no longer serve you. It brings reward, but things are slowing down, giving you the opportunity to release some old ways of thinking that have been around with you for a very long time that limit you, and they're like a ball and chain that are keeping you, you know, back back in those, back in that time, right? So um I feel like that's the big news that they have for you for this year, for the rest of this year, is some good reflection, some good releasing. These thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, that you've been kind of just you took on like we all do as children, just took on it as well. This is truth, but you're like, is it though? And I feel like this is a big shaking up that's happening for you. So that's what's happening right now, Nature 1111. So hang in there. I know, woohoo, exciting, right? Excuse me. All right. And VD Jalan, you want to know what is Capricorn's energy towards you? I'll try to get you in here too, Danielle. I think you're my last two here. So we'll try to get you in here. What's Capricorn's energy towards you? Well, Capricorn has got some passionate energy here, the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands, this fiery energy, and the Fool card. So they have even though they are these big thinkers, they must have a lot of fire in their chart because this Fool card, this Ace of Fire, just feels like they want something passionate and without restraint, and they just want to enjoy an adventure and a journey without intentions, without expectations, without destinations. They just want this beautiful adventure without anything attached. So this is the kind of energy that's coming in here. Is I feel like I don't know if they just got out of a relationship recently or something, but it just feels like they're tired of so many roles and um, also just expectations equal disappointment, and they're like, I'm just tired of trying to have to live up to everything, blah 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 blah, right? And so they're in this place of like, I just don't want, I've got too much and I just can't take it anymore. I just want adventure. I don't want any strings attached. Is this attitude that I feel is coming from them right now? So that's what they have for you. So hang in there. And then Danielle Pena. So will Paul and you reconcile? You recently had a spat and broke up. All right, let's take a look here. You're welcome, Beatty. Hang in there. What's up with them? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look here for you, Danielle, and see what they have here for you. We've got the Hanged Man. There is this transformative energy that comes in here. This is pausing. It's like a cocoon. Things are going to be kind of backwards so you guys can see things from a different perspective. But the Queen of Water, she rolls, the Queen of Cups rolls over water. In fact, all the queens are given a second portion. So she's the master of emotion. And I feel like there's some deep emotions that are flowing here. And I feel like there's this nudge, Danielle, for you to leave behind emotions that don't serve you. Trust that gut, trust that instinct, which I feel like like you're like, you know what? This has gone on, for a while, and here's all the transformative butterflies to leaving behind these emotions and people that don't serve you, so you could head into something that is more like dreams come true. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, someone that you deserve, someone that treats you well, someone that you don't have to walk on eggshells around, you know. Um, I just feel like you put so much emotion into your relationship, but it's like reminding me of I'm Aquarius sun, but I have a ton of water. But I have a friend of mine who's married to an Aquarius, and she often says, I have to ask him for emotion. And I'm like, yeah, that's Aquarius for you. We definitely have this energy of, we're thought that we don't have emotion. We carry them in pots. But you have the Empress energy, which is a new birth, that comes in here too. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So with all this nurturing energy, I I, I don't feel like it's healthy any longer. Yeah, yeah. It's you've put enough into it, and you're like, you know what? sometimes it's just good just to accept going, "You know what? Thank you for breaking up with me." You know, it's like getting fired from a job that is toxic and you're afraid of leaving it, but they fire you and you're like, "You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that." So, hang in there, Danielle. There is something much more for you down the road. Something more that you get to be you, and you get to it's like you deserve to be with someone who is like you, right? And I like that. You are very welcome. Hey, Alima. I'm leaving like right now to head off to my praying mantis session, but I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to come back then as well. But I am headed out. So I'm sorry. I wish I could get to everyone. So, all right, very good. So we'll see you tomorrow then. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up and all the love and all the support. I appreciate your huge hearts, great senses of humor, and your thirst for hearing from spirit. And please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. You take care.